It's time for the MoonShot Money Weekly Roundup, where Chase, Isaac, and Mike recap the investing week.
Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to the MoonShot Money Weekly Roundup. Along with Chase and Isaac Vickers, I'm Mike Vickers. We're so glad to have you along with us, and we hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful week. It's Friday, January the 28th, 2022, and we're back for another weekly roundup. Guys, this is episode number 4.
I would like to say something.
Okay.
I have been buying Palantir. Lots of it. So much. A ridiculous amount.
Thank you, Isaac. He's aggressive this week.
Isaac's here.
Oh, gosh. I'm not sure what you're going to tell us in a little bit, Chase, but for me this week, it's all been about Tesla. Mm-hmm. As we've approached the earnings call, the volatility in that stock has been crazy this week. So I've tried to catch the dips. I haven't been completely successful, but I've tried. And in total, I've added 6.5 more shares this week to my holdings. And after the conference call and the earnings report, I could not be more excited about Tesla being my number one holding. Couldn't be more excited about it. I'll talk about the earnings report in the call in just a moment. But Chase, what about you? What's this week look like for you?
Yeah, this has been a very exciting week. I know most of our accounts have probably been in the red, but for me, this is when I get excited about buying. And I too have just, I didn't know if I would buy any more Tesla because I had so much of it and it was the leader in my portfolio, but could not help this week under $1,000 to just continue to add to that. Yeah. And I'm so pumped about it. I think we're finally to the point to where we can say that it's no longer just a car company. Mm-hmm. It's a technology company.
No doubt.
Used to Amazon was a book company, and now look what all they're into. I think one of these days we'll say, you remember when Tesla just sold cars? Yeah. It's like, I think about the iPhone that we all carry around. It's an expensive phone, but it does everything you need, and it just happens to make a phone call. So I'm super thrilled to have added more Tesla, and maybe I didn't catch the lows either, but I'm not too worried about it for the future. I've also, I think during this dip, I have concentrated on what my highest convictions are, and I'm sure some people pick better than others, but the 3 stocks that I have been buying aggressively this week is Tesla, NVIDIA, and Palantir. That's been my top 3, and I've been adding to my already decent sized holdings this week, but I'm super thrilled to have that opportunity to do so this week. And then, just as I do every week, throw a little bit of money into Ethereum. So that's kind of what I've been doing throughout this past week.
Well, those are great picks to say the least. And let me talk just a little bit here, just a few little highlights on the Tesla earnings call. There were some incredible things that were said and reports that were given. Elon said that he expects Tesla to comfortably grow over 50% in 2022. And that's just remarkable for a company that size. It's really unprecedented. Profits were up 203% year over year. Revenue was up 73% year over year at $17.72 billion in year over year. And I wanted to paraphrase Elon. He said, when he was on the conference call, given the roadmap, he said that full self-driving and the robo-taxi that's coming would make Tesla's current financials look silly. And you think about that. That's crazy. And then here comes the big news. The Tesla Optimus robot. They've introduced this. But he comes on the call and he begins to talk about this. And he said, paraphrasing, that this robot would make FSD and the robo-taxi financials look silly again.
Wow.
So we're talking about some incredible things that are coming. He actually made this statement that the most important product development that they were working on this year is that robot. Mm-hmm. And when you step back and think about it, when Steve Jobs introduced the iPad with Apple. Nobody had ever seen an iPad before, and now everybody's got an iPad.
Right.
So some people have two. And so I believe that this man, Elon Musk, is going to introduce robots to the world. We are going to, but I say we, people that can afford to do this, millions of people are one day in the next probably 5 to 10 years are going to own a robot that does things for them. And the labor shortage that we're experiencing right now is going to be partially solved in the next decade by robots. And like you said a few moments ago, I think with confidence we can say Tesla is so much more than a car company. They are an artificial intelligence company. The Berlin, Germany and the Austin, Texas factories are opening, which we knew. Also, Elon said that they will be looking at a new gigafactory location or locations this year, and will probably announce a brand new location by the end of the year. And listen, they're going to continue to build these gigafactories, and his goal is to be 10 times larger in production than they are now. So there is a tremendous amount of growth ahead, and the fact that they were still profitable, Chase, while building these 2 gigafactories is just insane.
Yes, very, very good.
Now, before we heard the earnings report and all that on Wednesday afternoon, Jerome Powell came out and made some remarks, and everybody was expecting that. And I know, Chase, you listen closely to that. Can you just kind of give us a little recap on that?
Yeah, I think, as expected, Jerome Powell said the central bank is likely to raise rates in March. And the Fed says that inflation has not improved since the December meeting.
Boy, can't we all feel that?
It's the highest that it's been in 40 plus years. It's over my lifetime.
Yeah.
The highest right now. And it was crazy Wednesday watching, I was very anxious for the 2 p.m. Eastern time minutes and for Jerome Powell's speech. And I watched my account climb all day long and seemed to be responding well. And as soon as he came to the screen, as like it never fails, I watched a free fall. So we're just very volatile times right now. It's very, very shaky right now in the market.
It is. Volatility is extremely high right now. And the inflation piece we mentioned last week, some of the areas that everybody that's listening to this podcast, you are feeling it. I just got another letter today from something that we work with, and they're raising my price for things that we do with my mother. So inflation is just outrageous, and you're 31 years old, Chase, and 40 years. You're paying more for a hamburger now, than anybody. And I'm in my 50s. I haven't seen inflation this high since I was a teenager. So we're all having to deal with that. You told me something the other day about Elon's wealth that I thought was crazy. Why don't you share that with everybody? This is crazy.
This is pretty wild. I seen it on Instagram. It was, I'm sure his wealth changes by the day, but this was a pretty cool post that I had seen. It says Elon Musk is so rich that if you earn $10,000 every day, 365 days a year, from when they were building the pyramids in ancient Egypt until now, you would have 15% of Elon's wealth.
Oh, my Lord. That's just crazy. Tesla has created this kind of wealth for Elon Musk. And like I said early on, I couldn't be more excited to be invested in Tesla and it be my number one holding in the next 10, 15 years. Yes. It's going to be a wealth creator, no doubt, and a multiplier. I just wanted to also note that I've bought more Palantir this week, just continuing like the mastermind here, Isaac, come in and told us early he bought Palantir. I too, it's a bargain for anybody that's looking to make an investment. Of course, this is not investing advice, but I would recommend that you study up on Palantir, read about that. We had you actually did a great video earlier this week on Palantir, and I would advise everybody maybe to go take a look at that and do your own research. But listen, Palantir is going to be a wealth multiplier in the years to come, no doubt about it. Well, are all minds clear?
I'm good.
All right. Well, on our way out the door, let me thank you for being with us today. Hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss another episode. We appreciate you very much. Leave us a comment below, and I promise one of us will respond to you and get back to you. Have a great weekend, everybody.